In my pot, I drizzled a little bit of vegetable oil and I added my onions first so that the flavors will come out first and be absorbed into the oil. Then after that, I added my shredded meat. Then turn this very well to incorporate very nicely. This is the salt, the thyme, the curry powder, and half cube of Maggi. Then I mixed this very well, then added my carrots that I shredded and I cut in cube forms. The next thing that I added was my potato that I also cut in cube forms, turned it and added this water so that it will cook for a little while. Then I covered my pot and allowed it to cook for like 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I poured in a mixture of cornstarch and water so that it will thicken the sauce. This is the sauce that I'm going to use for the inside of the meat pie. So I turned it, so how creamy it is. So this is all I wanted. I covered it up to cool down because of the heat. So in another bowl, I added 3 cups of flour. It is now time for me to start, molding the dough that I'm going to use for the back of the meat pie. That's the meat pie. So I added 3 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and half teaspoon of baking powder, and mixed it very well before I added my oil. Like I said that I did not use butter in making this meat pie. This oil is going to make your meat pie very crispy. So you can decide to add butter that has a very good flavor. It will also help in the taste of the meat pie. It's going to add flavor to it. So I did not use egg or water in mixing and in forming the dough. I used meat stock. That's the stock that I got out from the meat that I cooked. It adds flavor to meat pies. Try it and you're going to thank me later. Okay, so I was just adding this bit by bit so that it does not become watery. So I was very careful in adding it. As you can see what I'm doing, adding it bit by bit, then molding it together. I was just using my fingers to bring them all together. So I just want you to be aware that you don't have to, be too fast or too hard on your dough, because this is a meat pie dough. We are not making a dough for bread, a dough for, chin chin or whatever. So this dough needs to be separable. So I used my knife in cutting it because I'm just going to get like 4 meat pies out of this. Okay, so after I use my knife, I, begin to, mold it and use my roller to roll it so that it's going to flatten up. Then I put it in my meat pie cutter. So this was the filling that I made. Look at how creamy it is. I put this in the middle of the meat pie. Then I used the cutter to, cut out the excess edges and also give it this, meat pie shape. Isn't that looking so beautiful and neat? Look at it. So I placed it on my baking tray. This was the second one. Okay, just the same process that I did the first one. Okay, so and this was the third one. It was just 4 meat pies, and the last one was just a little one that did not give me this full shape. That's the last one you're seeing over there. That is just a small in size than other ones. Okay, so after that, I used my egg yolk to, rub on the surface of the meat pie because it's going to give it this yellowish, color and beautiful look. And I baked it on a low heat. See how crispy this meat pie is.